Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. But first, the headlines. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology grants licenses for 8 applications for taxis with an on-demand system. And in its first Ramadan evening, Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry discusses the role of the banking sector in promoting and facilitating investments. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology has licensed 8 applications for taxis with an on-demand system as part of efforts to regulate the activity of taxis in the Sultanate of Oman. The ministry granted licenses to smart applications after fulfilling the requirements and provisions of the regulations of the Land Transport Law. The service includes a number of features, including monitoring the path of the journey, providing fixed prices before the ride, while ensuring users' privacy and security, messaging the driver via the application and cancelling the request with ease. The applications provide basic journeys, economic journeys, monthly contracts, and an independent system for making taxi requests for institutions and companies. The licenses granted to these applications include O Taxi, Taslim, Uber, Marhaba, TM Don, Hala Taxi, Tanwil, Sayyidati. The maritime law promulgated by Royal Decree number 19/2023 will strengthen the Sultanate of Oman's position in the map of marine transport and navigation both locally and internationally. The law includes merging the provisions of the law regulating maritime navigation in Oman waters with the provisions of the maritime law facilitating the procedures of registering ships under the Omani flag, regulating shipbuilding in the Sultanate of Oman, regulating the work of shipping agents and freight and unloading brokers, and regulating cruise trips. The marine law also includes new provisions implementing international agreements to suit International Maritime Organization requirements and new provisions relating to maritime accidents, investigation, and dealing with marine debris. The law is in line with national regulations, regional and international trends in zero carbon neutrality. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, received His Excellency Mohammed Hakimoglu, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. During the meeting, the two sides affirmed on the deep-rooted historical relations binding the two countries and the development being witnessed by the bilateral relations in various fields. His Excellency the Turkish Ambassador expressed his thanks and appreciation to the Sultanate of Oman. The meeting dwelt on a number of matters with mutual concern. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, received His Excellency Pelrugi di Ilia, Ambassador of the Republic of Italy, accredited to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency the Minister of Royal Office welcomed the guest and wished him success at his mission. During the meeting, the two sides reviewed the bilateral relations between the two friendly countries and joint cooperation spheres. From his side, His Excellency the guest praised the strong relations binding the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Italy. They also discussed a number of matters with mutual concern. Brigadier Alessandro Grazzano, Vice President of International Relations at the Republic of Italy, and his accompanying delegation visited today National Defense College at the Academy of Strategy and Defense Studies at Muaskar al-Murtafa'a. The visiting delegation toured the college's facilities as well as its various departments and halls and was briefed on the college's various functions. Brigadier Alessandro Grazzano, Vice President of International Relations at the Republic of Italy, visited today the Maritime Security Center. The guest toured the center's facilities and viewed its latest equipment technologies. He was also briefed on the roles and tasks carried out by the center with its national duties as it coordinates with relevant authorities in search and rescue missions for the safety of the maritime environment. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized its first Ramadan evening for this year on the role of the banking sector in promoting and facilitating investments. More details coming up in this report.
Putting forward the role of the Central Bank of Oman as a regulator of the banking sector, in addition to the importance of the sector in promoting and facilitating investment through financing, were the most prominent discussions that took place at the first Ramadan evening of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry for this year.
The main enabler, I would say, is the constant requirement and work and effort towards improvement of anything. The second one is technology, which will enable also financial inclusion. And inclusion will always include what we have talked about today is access to finance and the availability of products from the sector to whether it's small and medium enterprises or whether it's large corporates or whether it's individuals.
This event comes to show the role of the financial sector in our national economy. Today we are listening to the Central Bank of Oman and the initiatives they are offering to our sector, and we are optimistic that our economy is growing with the new financial tools like fintech and new financial technology.
Emphasis was also placed on the challenges of the private sector in obtaining financing, as well as the plans, projects, and future directions to enhance the contribution of the banking sector to the growth of businesses.
Main challenges is guarantees which to be obtained from the banking, which is more than where private sector can provide it to the banks. It's most of that it is a way of traditional way, assets or to be put into the banks, and less risk taken by the banks on this sector. I hope all the finance company or the banks can take better risk on this area, but also that link to the legal system which allowed banks to act fast to get its right faster.
The challenges facing business owners in financing their investments were also discussed to develop joint solutions that serve the interests of both parties and ultimately the national economy.
Through various financing schemes, banks are seen as significant contributors in improving quality of functioning of businesses and thus bolstering economic resilience. Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
The Gulf Endowments Week 1444 Hijra came under the title Endowments and Sustainability. This event comes to shed light upon the importance of endowments throughout Islamic history. More details, again, coming up in this report.
Started yesterday and continues till the 5th of April 2023. Activities of the Gulf Endowments Week 1444 Hijra was inaugurated under the patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Rashid bin Ahmed al-Shamsi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Social Development.
The Gulf Endowment Week is an annual event that highlights the importance of the endowments and the responsibilities of all of stakeholders who are responsible for the endowments and highlighting their roles either in terms of protecting the endowments or investing the assets of the endowments.
This event aims to shed light upon the importance of endowments throughout Islamic history, as well as a brief about its different provisions and concepts. The ceremony included various activities such as a short film on endowments, a discussion session, interactive events, and signing a Memorandum of Understanding.
The main beneficiary of this Memorandum of Understanding is the masjids and the Quran schools. Where we have came up with a new account specified to benefit those type of masajid where all the type of fees has been waived, and it gives the people the ease to donate to the public without the need of having their cards or without the need to have a cash.
It's worth noting that this event comes synchronously amongst Gulf countries to build the awareness on endowments and their contributions to the societies.
Islamic endowments over different eras and civilizations has shown its importance, gained admiration and attention. On this basis, the Gulf Endowment Week comes to ensure this process. For Oman TV, Ahmed bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Muscat.
Oman oil price June 2023 delivery recorded an increase by $1 and 1 cent to reach $85 11 cents per barrel. The average price of Oman crude oil April 2023 delivery reached $82.23 per barrel, thus $1.31 higher than the price of March 2023 delivery. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Ministry of Transport, Communications and Information Technology grants licenses for 8 applications for taxis with an on-demand system. And in its first Ramadan evening, Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry discusses the role of the banking sector in promoting and facilitating investments. We pray to the Almighty Allah for all of us to have a successful spiritual journey of the holy month of Ramadan and beyond. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin directed by Salim bin Mohammed al-Butani and English news edited by Mohammed al-Yahmadi. From me, Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubi'a and the entire news team, we thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and Ramadan Mubarak.